Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for a new Hulu movie called Fresh. This is a 2022 movie directed by Mimi Cave, written by Lauren Kahn. The movie is rated R and it runs for an hour and 54 minutes. Now, as of recording of this view, it sits at 80% by the critics on Rotten Tomatoes and an audience score of 86. I will tell you straight up, I had a really good time with it. I had only seen one of the trailers and didn't know what to expect. I had a few ideas of what was going on, but let me tell you about the synopsis and we'll get more into it. I'll try to keep it non spoilery from the beginning, and then once I get into spoilers, I'll do a little warning. So if you need to get away and go watch the movie, you could do that. So Fresh follows Noah, played by Daisy Edgar-Jones, who meets the alluring Steve, played by Sebastian Stan, at a grocery store. Given her frustration with dating apps, she takes a chance and gives him her number. After the first date, Noah is smitten and accepts Steve's invitation to a romantic weekend getaway, only to find out that her new paramour has been hiding some unusual appetites, we'll call them. So, as I mentioned, this movie stars Daisy Edgar Jones, Sebastian Stan, and Jojo T. Gibbs. And yeah, I mean, overall, this movie has a really interesting story. I think it touches on some very contemporary topics with the whole frustration with dating apps and the current environment of dating. But then from there, it kind of takes its time to escalate this whole the whole issue of everything that's going on and reveal the little folds and twists and turns that of Sebastian Stan's character. Um, and it can get pretty macabre at some points. Like it's just, uh, I would say if you have a weak stomach, I would maybe skip this movie. There's a lot of visual style in this movie as well, like some really cool shots, scenes, and just some setups. And the leads both, they just have superb performances, like just very very good. And it's just, it was a nice surprise, something really cool to find on Hulu. Just a really nice treat while I was waiting to go be able to go watch the Batman this weekend. So yeah, it's just a fun thriller. I don't think you'll want to miss it. There's some really cool scenes. I love, you've seen some of the stuff in the trailer, but there's some scenes where they're dancing where I just really find that kind of stuff really endearing in movies. That kind of contrasts the other side of the themes of the movie. And yeah, the soundtrack is just great. It's a banger. So highly recommend this. So overall, I believe I gave this 3.5 stars in on my letterbox, which link will be in the description if you want to go check that out. But yeah, it's great. It's fun. I agree with the audience and the critics. I think those are perfectly good numbers for this movie. Um, if anything, I would say maybe the movie was a little bit too long, and the ending does slow down a little bit. I don't think it's as punchy as the rest of the movie, but other than that, like I had no complaints. And I've recommended this movie to several people, including Clay from the Next Issue podcast here. So hopefully he'll talk about that on our next live. But yeah, if you haven't watched the movie, I will go a little bit into spoilers now. So thanks for watching. So spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. So the movie is really cool because it does a few things that I really enjoyed. First of all, the title sequence doesn't even open until like 30 minutes into the movie when we get in past the whole dating app, meeting each other, becoming boyfriend, girlfriend. And then when things really get going, the twist that happens and the Steve drugs Noah to make her prisoner, that's when the title sequence comes up. I mean, just the word fresh. Also, I was not expecting. I think from the trailer, I expected that it was something like cannibalism, but I did not expect it to be on the scale that the movie shows. I think the fact that um, Sebastian Stan's character Steve is not only a cannibal himself, but a seller or reseller of human meat for consumption. It really twisted. Like it really felt like, I don't know, out of a like a Black Mirror type of story. Um, I just was not expecting that to be the case, and they really set up a good thing. I think one of the other performances that I really enjoyed was Molly, who's played by Jojo T. Gibbs. Molly is Noah's best friend, and she she's a smart character. She's not like Oh yeah, no one's having a good time. I'm just gonna trust that she's doing the right thing. She's actually very cunning in knowing that maybe there's something wrong. Just even questioning the fact that Steve doesn't have any social media presence. So yeah, I really enjoy that stuff. But like I mentioned, there are a few scenes where you do see you do see some more morbid things in the movie. Very so if you're squeamish and if you don't like seeing any of that stuff, if you're a vegetarian, I probably wouldn't watch this movie. Um, yeah, but yeah, other than that, and like I mentioned, I think at the end, um, they made it feel. There was a few parts where I was like, oh, our characters are finally saved. They finally rescued the day, but then they introduced this extra fold, bringing in Steve's wife, who was also kind of in on it, but I thought she was going to be a character that turned on him, but maybe not. So yeah, that was my only thing it's not really a gripe. It's just it felt a little jarring to me. But then 2 hours, like I said, this movie was paced very well. Just particularly toward the end, and I've read this in other reviews as well. The end was maybe the clunkiest part of trying to resolve this, but overall, and I don't mean clunky in a disrespectful way. I just mean that it was just um, it felt a little bit different from the rest of the movie. But overall, once again, I really enjoyed this movie. Highly recommend it. But let me know down in the comments if you watched this movie, if you enjoyed it. Um, and Hulu's putting out some really cool stuff. Deep Water's coming later this month, so I'll be doing a review for that as well. Because I love both De Armas and Affleck. And that movie kind of comes with its own baggage. But this was just a very unexpected surprise. So very happy to see that. Very happy to have those movies available to me on a streaming service that I already have. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, just like this one. We'll be doing more lives. Eventually, we'll talk about the Batman. There's pretty much a Batman saturation in media right now. So I want to watch it a few more times. I want to give my co-host a chance to watch the movie. It's tough going out to the movies. So even if we just wait till the release on HBO Max, where a larger audience can maybe watch it, that might be the case. But as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.